Throughout the Department of Defense, SharePoint has become the system of record for mission documents, requirements, forms, packages, and artifacts that teams rely on every day. But while the documents live in SharePoint, the work tied to them lives somewhere else. ServiceNow tracks actions, approvals, and outcomes, yet the connection between the document and the work is manual, fragile, or non existent. Teams copy links, re upload files, re enter metadata, or simply keep all of their important files in email, fragmented from their system of work. This results in broken traceability, outdated information, limited visibility, and unnecessary risk. Leaders can't answer a simple question: which documents are tied to the work, and are they even accurate? DocIntegrator closes the gap between SharePoint and ServiceNow. Built entirely on DoD-owned ServiceNow infrastructure, DocIntegrator provides a secure native connection that synchronizes SharePoint documents and metadata directly with ServiceNow records, without duplicating files or relying on custom integrations. Documents remain where they belong in SharePoint, while ServiceNow gains real-time awareness of their status, context, and relevance to mission work. The result is end-to-end visibility, stronger governance, and confidence that decisions are based on the right information at the right time. As a native ServiceNow application, DocIntegrator is quickly and easily embedded into any ServiceNow app. Within just minutes, a user can configure, not code, DocIntegrator to show up as a tab from within any ServiceNow view. I'm logged in here as an agent in the CSM workspace. Users in ServiceNow, like me, we need access to important documentation to help us with our work, but ServiceNow document management often leaves us frustrated with its lack of functionality. If I'm not using DocIntegrator and I want to simply house documents as ServiceNow attachments, I run into a few problems. This is where ServiceNow attachments fail to meet my needs. One, if I need to look for a file outside of ServiceNow, I cannot do so without heavy configuration, and even when it is configured, it isn't real time. Two, if I need to edit the document, I have to download the attachment, edit it from my desktop, re-upload the new document, and then delete the old attachment. There's no versioning to make sure I know I'm working on the most up-to-date document. This also makes it basically impossible to co-edit documents with someone else. If we're both downloaded and working on our desktop, neither of us can see what the other is doing, and we are most likely unnecessarily overlapping work. And finally, I have to constantly worry about storage costs, as ServiceNow charges for enterprise document management. Now, let's take a look at the alternative, where my needs are met. DocIntegrator services SharePoint documents within ServiceNow. This SharePoint Documents tab here is DocIntegrator, keeping the look and feel of ServiceNow while allowing users like me to access important SharePoint documentation. I don't even notice that I'm looking at SharePoint documents. I'm still in ServiceNow from my view. But I can simply click each file to be taken to the document. From here, I can leverage all SharePoint functionalities such as version history, co-editing with my peers, commenting, and even leveraging Copilot for summarizations and insights. No more changing a bunch of tabs and switching in and out of different systems. With just one click, DocIntegrator allows users to get the best of both ServiceNow and SharePoint, maximizing each's value. I can use ServiceNow for its great front-end and workflow abilities and use SharePoint for its robust document management, security, and collaborative functionality. Now let's look at another view. Here I'm logged in as a project manager, looking at the project record in the standard platform view of ServiceNow. Even though this is a different application and a different view, DocIntegrator still embeds simply as a tab in the record. DocIntegrator works seamlessly with all ServiceNow applications, including custom-built or third-party applications. If it's on ServiceNow, DocIntegrator can easily work with it. All critical documents that I need for this project are here in the place where I work, and I get the full functionality here with the ability to upload directly to SharePoint. I can action on documents, and I have the ability to search multiple sources for files. Using DocIntegrator's federated search, I can search Outlook, Teams, and of course SharePoint for important documents. What I see is what I have permissions for in SharePoint. There's no risk of me seeing what I do not have access to. And once I've found the correct document, I can copy the document to the ServiceNow record. Finally, if I need to digitally sign a document related to this project, I can open the document in free Adobe Reader without downloading to my desktop, allowing me to add my digital signature without the need for an enterprise signing solution like DocuSign or Adobe Pro, keeping the document in SharePoint without ever leaving. I can also leverage my PIV or CAT credentials as a federal worker. The file gets automatically updated here, and the new signed document can be accessed immediately from the ServiceNow record without ever leaving SharePoint. Currently, DocIntegrator has helped multiple federal agencies surface hundreds of thousands of documents from SharePoint in an assortment of ServiceNow applications where their personnel work. That's efficiencies gained for thousands of personnel, along with the peace of mind that documents are being stored securely and auditably. DocIntegrator follows a simple per-user SaaS model. One subscription unlocks unlimited documents across all ServiceNow applications, as well as access to our automated document routing solution, DocFlow. Licensed users can access any number of documents and create any number of digitized forms quickly. This model is already validated across government environments. It's cost-effective, scalable, and secure, a perfect fit for the DoD.